You would think that in a city like Nanaimo, with several well-known pizza shops, that someone would be crushing it on social media. But that actually wasn't really the case until these guys started posting. And who am I referring to? I'm talking about Bastion Pizza, one of my clients that I'm very honored to be working with. They opened up in 2024. I started working with them in March of 2025. And since then, we've helped them sell a lot more pies, which is really exciting. You can actually correlate that from the content. So we made a video early on about their honey ricotta pepperoni pizza, which is actually literally delicious. I've tried it, my wife's favorite. I believe it currently is sitting at about 5,000 views, but for the first few weeks after that video went off, they were getting that pizza on basically every order as an addition. He sent me a screenshot and it's like, dude, look, and there's 4 orders and every order had their order plus the pepperoni ricotta. It's just fantastic. Some other things that we can directly correlate is the fact that they started getting big party orders. Like at one time they got a 40 pizza order for like a big staff party at an office. And then shortly after that, they got another 20 pizza order. Like, these things were correlated directly to the content that we were putting out for them, that people get to see the ingredients. They get to see what they're making and they get to see that these guys are legit. They're real and they're just doing their thing. When they started, they had 1,081 followers. As of filming this video, they now have 1,900. They've gained 900 followers in just a few months. And plus across all videos, they've had one hit 20,000. They've had a couple in the 10,000s, 11,000s. I think they're getting up there to like 60, 70,000 views across all their new videos from us. So I've always had a really good vibe from Chris and Ty, the 2 owners. The biggest thing that stood out for me when I started working with them though was that like these guys are honest, they are hardworking, and they're basically game to try anything on camera, in the kitchen. Like if you've seen their menu, you'll see that they have like all different flavor combinations, topping combinations. They even have a pizza called the Blind Date where you don't get to pick. They just make a pizza for you. You give them money and they just send you a pizza and it's like, good luck, which I think is a hilarious premise. When I started working with them, the goal was really clear. We wanted to show off their knowledge. We wanted to highlight their honesty, their quality of ingredients, and we wanted to just hear them talk. Because when you walk in and you're greeted by these guys, you're like, oh, these guys are interesting. I kind of want to get to know them better. And so that's what these videos are sort of meant to do. Help you get to know these pizza guys better. We made videos from like making this type of pizza, what's your favorite part of owning a pizza shop, to things like making their dough from scratch, which is super, super cool. If you haven't seen it, go watch that. The other thing I found was that they're really thoughtful. They actually seem to really care about their customers. They remember clients' orders, and if they like your order enough, a few times they fully let their customers custom order inspire their menu. They have menu items that are named after people that were regulars. Like, I don't know. I think the premise is just cool. It really makes it feel like small town vibes pizza shop while still, pumping out high quality pizza, like from scratch. The other thing about Bastion is, yeah, they're not afraid to mix things up. They will try some really out there flavor combinations. Chris told me that sometimes he'll just go to the grocery store and be like, what's different today? He'll just grab a couple things and then boom, he'll try it. If he thinks it tastes good, he'll throw it out there and let people give it a shot too. And he'll usually end up getting one of those for something like the Blind Date pizza that they make. So let's talk quickly about the first shoot that I did. The first shoot was just me and Chris, and it was, I know it's kind of an odd equatable, but I sometimes treat first shoots as like kind of first date vibes. We're on our best behavior, testing the waters in conversation and, seeing how far I can sort of direct them, the client, and push them. And Chris was like all in. Like he was so open. He's like, yeah, that's a great idea. And I'm like, hey, why don't we try getting, this in there? Yeah, let's try that. And we just bounced back and forth so well. It was really, really enjoyable to work with him. And we started joking around very quickly after, and he was telling me the history of this and the origin of this ingredient. And you could tell that Chris, like, he just loves what he does. This isn't meant to be like a commercial for them. It's really meant to just be like a reflection of how my experience has been and the level of enjoyment I've had. Get this, the best part is like, we're not making crazy high production value, like TV commercial level photography. We're really just like filming talking heads, filming the process, and just letting Chris speak as Chris. And that's part of the process that's really enjoyable for me, is helping my clients get more and more comfortable and sound more and more like themselves as we practice and learn to be on camera together. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that little recap about Bastion Pizza here in Nanaimo, BC. I'm a big fan of them. I think you should be as well. If you haven't, go give them a try. The pepperoni ricotta is chef's kiss. Mamma mia. Too much. Click this to watch the next video. That's what YouTube thinks you're gonna enjoy. Bye.